hello to the people, Sunny.
Hello.
Hello. It's like the cutest hello ever. Can you do it again?
Hello.
I love it. Hello. So we got Sunny.Money on the screen with us tonight. Well, whatever time it is for you, because I know we got people in all kinds of time zones. Maybe it's Monday for you. I just kicked my cat again. She's under my desk, so I keep kicking her on accident because she keeps moving. But welcome everyone. Yeah, they are loving the hat. Is that the Masters meta?
It is.
Nice. Nice. Now, is that like typically your go-to SquadCon merch choice is hats?
It's actually t-shirts. I have like multiple.
Nice. I am a t-shirt girl myself. I have so many t-shirts, honestly, from way back, like junior high, maybe. I just love free t-shirts and they're just great. But guys, Sunny the legend is on camera, and we are going to get to know Sunny a little bit tonight. And so first we're just gonna have some casual conversation, Sunny. And so first, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? Maybe like how old you are, some things that you enjoy, you know.
Okay. I am 26 currently.
Nice.
I really love music. Anywhere between Natalie Grant and Toby Mac. I like gaming and reading. There's lots of hobbies. I have to plan out what I do every day so that I can fit everything in.
I feel that. It's so hard when there are so many things that you enjoy, trying to fit them in to your schedule. I feel that. It's a struggle. It really is. And so you said you love music. And so is that like all genres or like what?
Most genres.
Okay, so is there any genre that wouldn't be included on that list?
I mean, my go-to is like rock and what is it? Pop, I think. But probably my least favorite is rap, but if someone's playing it, it's fine to listen to it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. T2 wave in the chat, ska. I kicked my cat again. You gotta move. So yeah, I have a friend who can do ska, but yeah, there are so many different genres out there. And so do you have a current favorite band that you are maybe listening to on repeat currently?
No.
That's fine.
There's lots of Christian groups and all that.
Hey, that's honestly me. I get into seasons where I just play like either a song or an album on repeat. But for me, I'm just so nervous that I'm going to get sick of that artist or that song. And so I'm like, okay, I need to stop before I'm sick of it and listen to something else. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But there are occasions where I love to just repeat and repeat. And so I feel that. And so speaking of music, I don't know if anyone here remembers Waymaker Week of last week, but we had a women's event featured during Waymaker Week. And this lady right here, we played a game, I think it was like a Christmas song game where you had to guess the song based on the emotes that were put, and you killed it. Like, you knew everything, even songs that I didn't know. You knew like all of the songs. Are you like a Christmas song fan? Because it seems like it.
Yeah, especially the classics. I really like those.
Yes, you are a woman of my own heart, because Christmas music is the absolute best. Absolute best. And speaking of that event, Techie was our honorary woman because we had a bunch of women in the call and we needed Techie to run the event. And so we were joking that Techie was our honorary woman for the women's event. And he low-key loved that. Just kidding. So yeah. And so music is a big thing. And do you play any instruments?
It's actually been a while since I've been able to like actually play anything, but I do have my electric piano in my room, and I have a viola and a clarinet at my parents' house.
Ooh, a viola. So you can so you said it's been a while. So could you like pick it up and like still play something kind of maybe today?
Maybe. I wouldn't know how to do that here,
Gotcha. The violin, I know it's not the same exact thing as a viola, but I've always wanted to play the violin. So I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. So cool. So awesome. And you also work at a plant nursery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And so what is it that you do with plants?
I take care of them until someone decides to buy it.
That's someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
I get. Is that like typically like what there is to do at a nursery? You just take care of the plants. I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Nice. I'm terrible at taking care of plants. I have a snake plant in the back corner of my room that I have asked Sunny.Money for help on. What in the world? How do I take care of my plant? Because I have a black thumb. I do not have a green thumb. It is a black thumb. And I kill every plant that I own. And she's like, have you watered it? And I was like, that would be a great place to start. And I definitely haven't. So she's got, if you guys got plants and you're not sure of what to do with your plants, she'd be a great person to ask. And so I got another random question for you, Sunny. Well, this one is random. The other ones weren't, but this one is random. And so I'm throwing this at you. Speaking of songs, okay. If you were a wrestler, Sunny, what would your entrance song be and why?
I think my go-to for that kind of question has been the song "Sail," which is I think more an electric kind of song. Yeah, but probably just because I really like pirates and I just like how it sounds.
Okay. I think I'm familiar with that song. Is that the one? Oh, okay. Like, I feel weird doing it, but is that the one where it literally just like sail?
Yeah.
All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that song. You'll know what I'm talking about, I guess. That's a hype song from that one word that I know from the song.
There aren't many others.
That's great. That is great. I love it. That is pretty hype. Okay, so where are you from, Sunny?
I am from Ohio, which is in the United States, if no one knows that. Lived here all my life, so.
Nice. So I've only been to Ohio twice, and it was always the same area. It was like right outside of, I think, Columbus. But what are like some fun things that you can do in Ohio? Because for me, I'm like, I don't know. But is there anything like special about Ohio? So if someone was visiting, you'd be like, you definitely got to do this.
Well, if someone's visiting, the number one thing that I would say is definitely go to Cedar Point, roller coaster capital of the world.
Oh, nice.
Other than that, there's a lot of like hiking trails, and there's some caves. Mammoth Cave is the first one coming to mind.
Nice. That's cool. So we got roller coasters and hiking in caves. That is pretty cool, actually. I wish I could hike more. And caves are cool, and I love roller coasters. So you heard it here, chat. If you ever go to Ohio, you know where to go now. Awesome. And so, what are some of your favorite games to play?
Recently, I've been mostly enjoying Genshin Impact of the Women's XP group. Other than that, I want to get back into Final Fantasy 14.
Nice. Put a 1 in the chat if you play either Genshin or Final Fantasy. But yeah, I am loving Genshin. I'm in your XP group. I was like, I need more ladies in my life and more Genshin. So thank you for leading a Genshin Impact XP group. This is a great time to plug XP groups, by the way, if you're not in one yet. But yeah, it has been so fun. We've only met for 1 week so far, but I am loving it already. And so what are some of your favorite parts about Genshin specifically?
I really enjoy the combat style. I like being able to react in the moment and have the ability to kind of change how I fight depending on the opponent.
Nice. Yeah, the combat style is pretty cool. I personally like games where you can fight with swords. Being a Zelda fan, and you have a lot of that in Genshin. And it does, like the animations of when you're fighting and all the cool things that you can do. It is really, really cool. So I love it, and it has been really cool. And we just started playing co-op too, which has been nice to try and to venture into. And so yeah, Genshin, if there are any people in the chat, especially any ladies who are like, I'm looking for a new free game to play that I can play with other people, definitely check out Genshin because it is fun. And so, and Final Fantasy too, we got some Final Fantasy players here as well. I started playing, but what is your favorite part about Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy, I think the questing is a lot of fun because some games the questing feels slow or like too fast, but I feel like it's pretty close to just right with Final Fantasy.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. The quests are cool. I like quests. And it's really fun to play with people too. It's a really, really nice community. I know that there are other gaming communities out there that are not so friendly, but Final Fantasy has been such an incredible experience so far, and so I have to agree. Awesome. And so tell us about your family.
Pretty basic. Growing up, I had my two parents. They're still together. I don't know how long they've been married.
I can't remember how long I've been married, so it's okay.
I do know that they were actually high school sweethearts, so that's not a common story that you hear.
Sweet.
And I only have one older sister.
Nice small family. That is so sweet. The fact that your parents are high school sweethearts, like that is just the sweetest thing ever. I love it. I know it is pretty rare to see that, because usually we're just so young and immature. We're in high school, but when you do find that person so young, I think that is just so special. And so that's so sweet that your parents were high school sweethearts. So I love that. I have a question that I didn't send to you, but I know you answered this yesterday. And so share with us here, how did you come to know Christ? What is your story about you, accepting Jesus into your life?
So I don't actually remember what age I was when I first accepted Christ into my life. I just remember I was very small, very young. It was my first VBS. It was my first introduction, other than TV, into the church. And I don't actually remember when I first did it, but I think it was like the next day that I specifically remembered that during one of the classes, the teacher had us all in a group and kind of announced to everyone that, oh, hey, Sunny gave her life over to Christ. And I was like, I did? And then
so
right then and there, I was like, I'm just going to do it again.
Yeah. And if I'm remembering correctly what you said yesterday, you were like, oh no, like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Like, that is your reaction. First of all, you don't even remember. And like, the next day, your teacher is like, yay, Sunny.Money. And you're like, what? That is a story. I love that. It is too good. Too good. It's so great because that's actually how I gave my heart to Jesus. I was like, I don't know how old I was, but I was small too. And it was at VBS. It was probably my first VBS too. I was like 4-ish. Do not remember it at all, but that's what my mom says. So I take her word. I like vaguely remember, but so we kind of share that. We share that with the VBS story. And so that's special. And so that means that you were raised in the church, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Throughout growing up, I remember being in like the youth groups and all of that, and going on retreats and all that stuff. So
nice. Yeah, youth groups are fun. Youth groups and the retreats. That's good stuff. That's awesome. I love that. Love it. And so, Sunny, how long have you been around in the community here at God Squad Church?
I don't actually remember when I first joined. Another one of those stories. I do know that my first SquadCon was in 2020, so I think that was the shirt. Yeah.
Nice. 2020. Yep. Yeah, and so I saw your answer to it, and I was like, I wonder, because we can check in Discord when somebody joins our server, and so I went and I was like, when did Sunny join our server? And I did my own little research, and it was indeed 2020. So awesome. You got it right. And so that is fun. Honestly, like, it feels like it has been so much longer that you've been here in the community, because 2020 is like that's just 2 years ago. And it feels like you've been here for so much longer. I almost, like, when I read that, I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. She's been here way longer. So it really does. I can't believe it. So, but you've just, and I remember being in SquadCons with you, and I'm pretty sure that you would be placed in, I think it was the women's events where you would start coming in, and I remember you, and I was like, oh, like, I wonder when Sunny's gonna get plugged in, but like, I never like pestered you. And so it's just cool to look back on when you first joined, and you caught my eye, and I was like, I wonder when she's gonna get, like, if she's gonna get plugged in, if we're gonna see her more. And then here we are today doing an interview at a SquadCon, which is just so cool how things just come full circle like that. So very, very cool. Guys, SquadCon is the place to be. Maybe this is your first SquadCon, and you're coming to God Squad Church and hearing about us, learning about us for the first time, and this is like your kind of entryway to us here at God Squad Church. But like Sunny, who knows, maybe in 2 years you'll be up here on the screen. SquadCon is great. We love SquadCon because it's just a great opportunity for the community to come together and meet new people, build new relationships. And so I'm glad I am glad that you came and attended a SquadCon and that you are here with us now. I'm so glad.
I'm also super glad.
Good. Well, that is good to hear. That is also good to hear. Yeah. Yeah. And so you found us in 2020. How did you find us?
This wasn't actually part of the answer I gave you, but I'm just gonna add on to it.
Okay.
There'd been a good number of years that I hadn't been connected into any Christian communities. I still don't really have any IRL Christian friends, but I was kind of just like, I need to find somewhere that I can kind of just talk about Christian stuff. And I had just recently kind of gotten more into watching Twitch streams, so I was looking at different streams, and I found one called Geeks Under Grace.
Thanks.
And one day when I was watching their stream, someone just popped in the chat. They're like, "Hey, have you heard of God Squad Church?" I was like, "No, what's that?" So I checked it out, and I've been here ever since, I think.
Well, whoever that person is, we thank you for bringing Sunny our way. And, you know, I really appreciate what you said. I know that wasn't in your original answer, but I'm glad that you shared it. You know, we all need community, right? And, you know, some of us, we don't have, you know, the ability to have that in person, you know, and it's important. We need that. And you were saying, like, you know, you said it, you were just looking for that, you know, Christian community that you could become a part of and do life together, you know. And we've been talking about this all weekend, right? In our XP groups. At this point, I feel like a resounding gong, but you know, we're gonna say it again. Community is important. It is vital to the Christian life. We need each other. We were not just created for relationship with Jesus, but we were created for relationship with others around us. And I'm so thankful for God Squad Church and even platforms like Twitch and Discord, because it enables us to connect with like-minded people all over not just the country, but the globe. And to build those relationships, to find those relationships, and to have that community, especially if it's not something that you have in person, you can find access to it online, which is just so incredible. And I'm so thankful that technology is so advanced and we are where we are today, because we wouldn't have the opportunity to do any of this if this didn't exist. And I truly am. I'm so thankful, and that you found that here, and I'm sure maybe in even other online communities, you know, that just Christian, you know, like-minded, you know, the same mind we've been talking about it, one mind, one purpose, you know, a mind that is focused and, you know, just built on Christ as the foundation. And we need that. We need each other. Can I get an amen in the chat? We need each other. We really, really do. And so I'm so glad whoever that random person was in Geeks Under Grace, and they are awesome, by the way, but whoever that person was in chat, we thank you. We thank you. Right now they're like itching their ears somewhere, like someone's talking about me. But so glad that you were in that stream and that was shared and that you are here today. So glad. I'm personally glad because you're just the bomb. You are the bomb. So, are you currently plugged in to God Squad Church anyways, whether that be serving, involved in any XP groups?
Well, we mentioned earlier, I'm actually leading an XP group now. It's the first semester, so
yes.
Let's see. I'm part of the women's ministry leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also part of the leadership team for the Dwell Young Adults, which is currently in a process of being revamped. So keep an eye out for future updates on our relaunch. Super excited for that.
Yes. And honestly, I am so thankful for you, Sunny, because we were in a season where Dwell didn't have any leadership. And, you stepped up and you were like, I love this ministry. I am here and I want to help. How can I help? And we just placed you in leadership and you were the only one, and that's why it's currently down and revamping, because we need more people to help out with Dwell, because Sunny, when she stepped up, she was the only one for several months. But we just are so appreciative of you stepping up for Dwell. You also stepped up for the women's ministry, and it has just been, our women's team is awesome. I just gotta say, we have an incredible team of women on our leadership team. Sunny, of course, being one of the absolute legends on the team. But yes, serving on the women's team, and you are also now leading your own XP group, like I said, which I am in, and I am just loving. And then you were also in an XP group last semester. Was that your first XP group that you were in?
Yeah, that was my first ever XP group. Nice. And then my second semester, and I was like, okay, let's lead one.
Yes. I'm so glad that you stepped up. We needed more. We had a few groups that were led by men or that were co-ed, that were game focused, but we had no women's groups that were game focused. And I remember having a conversation with you, and you're like, talking about what we could do in the meantime. And I said, whoa, if you really want to know, we do need another women's XP group that is game focused. And I know that you are playing Genshin and that other women play Genshin, and so maybe and I'm so glad that you stepped up to lead a Genshin women's XP group, because it is just awesome. It is awesome. And then serving on the women's event team or leadership team, that means that all of the women on that team, we got a few of them in the chat: Magic Guinea Pig, Laura Mazayer, Icon Lady, Sam Spa. I hope I'm not missing anyone. I'm so forgetful, but I think that that's everyone, plus Sunny and myself. And it is an awesome team of women, and we work together to plan events. And just talking about how we can serve the women of God Squad Church, because that's important. Ladies, if we got some girl gamers in the chat, can we get some hashtag GGs in the chat? Because we need each other. I feel like, even though gaming is almost like half and half, like men and women, it's pretty even. I just feel like there is more need for like women to come together in the gaming space so that we can connect with other women who also play games like we do. I'll be honest, none of my like in-person friends play video games. Like none. So like for me, I'm so thankful for God Squad Church, because it has enabled me to connect with other women who like nerdy video games like I do. And I'm like just experiencing this so much more, especially this past year, with the women of God Squad Church. And so shout out to the women's ministry, !women in the chat if you're a woman and we'd like to get involved there. But we just come together and just love for the women to be together, build relationships, and hopefully after they meet each other, they're connecting more on a regular basis, maybe joining a women's XP group or just a co-ed XP group. We have those as well. But it's just an incredible ministry, and I'm so thankful, Sunny, that you were a part of that team, because you are just awesome. I can't say enough. I feel like I said that a lot, but you are. I'm a woman of few words, but you awesome. And so How has serving and being plugged in had an impact on your life? What has it been like ever since you got plugged in, not just to an XP group? I know last semester you were in one for the first time, but also serving. Like, what has that done to your life? How has that impacted you?
It's definitely brought me, I think, more out of my shell. I'm able to like um, interact with people more. I've been um, able to like find more connections with people because, like I said, I didn't really have any of those connections for a few years, and it's really helped me kind of build some goals for myself, as far as helping myself grow, and then also teaching me like so much about community and social things that I didn't have before.
Yeah. Yep. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah. And yeah, I truly am. I'm so glad, like I said before, that you found God Squad Church and that you got plugged in. And, you guys heard it right here, by Sunny getting plugged into an XP group and even serving, it has stretched her, challenged her, helped her step out of her comfort zone, to serve and to learn more about herself and community, while also at the same time providing her with the community that she needs and each and every one of us need. And so that is incredible. And you love to see that in the body of Christ coming together, getting the connection that each of us need, but then also being able to use our gifts, talents, and just to serve people. We talked about that, honestly, a little bit in every single service so far, but especially Pastor AJ's sermon from Friday night, that, God has made a difference in our life, and now we need to share what God has done in our life and make a difference in the lives around us. And I feel like that's exactly what you were doing, Sunny. You got plugged into God Squad Church, you joined an XP group, you started to experience community, and then you were like, I'm ready to step up and serve the community. And guys, I'm getting hyped because that is what it is about. Like, we just want everyone here to experience community. Experiencing community is for each and every one of us, and I cannot say that enough. And it gets me hyped, man. It gets me so hyped. I just have loved, I could go on, but I won't because this is about Sunny. But it's so good, so good. Thank you for sharing that, Sunny. And so I have one last question for you. And I wanted to ask, what is something that God is currently doing in your life, or maybe speaking to you, that you would like to share with the community?
So it just goes along with the what's it called again? The word just keeps, the theme.
Yeah,
that's the word. The theme of One Accord, like, even before it was announced for the SquadCon, I could feel I could feel that like coming out, and like just about everywhere that I was studying, and because there were sermons, there were podcasts I listened to, and it's just it was like the hardest question for me to remember my answer to.
It's okay. It's all right. You're doing great.
And not only in things about the Christian faith, it was even in areas that are majorly non-Christian, because I'm in a whole bunch of Discord servers, and it's just something that has really The words aren't really coming very smoothly now.
It's okay.
Just the circumstances, different situations I've witnessed and been a part of. I'll just get into it without trying to find a segue.
Sure.
It's just that we can get so passionate about what we believe in, and it's that same passion that can really hinder us at the same time, because if it's not conveyed with love and understanding to whoever it is we are talking to, it can really set the wrong tone. They can misconstrue it as just you're arrogant or you're not willing to listen, or just so many different things that can really cause a divide between you and this other person. And it's not that these things aren't important to discuss, it's just that there are more important things. And it's just nothing else can really be more important than Jesus's command for us to love one another and just care for each other, even if we disagree. Like, we should definitely be able to like stop ourselves from like causing a rift, because that's not going to be helpful for anyone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and honestly, there are so many things in this world that can divide us. Even like the simplest things, that may seem so silly and trivial, but if someone's passionate about it, like, you better watch out. And it's so true. Like, I feel like oftentimes we get so caught up in wanting to be right, or not being able to admit that we're wrong, or not being able to love the person regardless of how you may disagree. And you said it, like, no matter, God has called us to love. Like, we need to be loving people no matter what. There is no circumstance that would give us the excuse to not treat people with love or respect. We need to love and respect everyone, no matter how they disagree. And sometimes people, they don't get that. Let's just be real talk. And, and I'm sure I have definitely been guilty of that myself from time to time. I'm sure you struggle with that at some point. None of us are perfect here. But it's important. Like, there truly are so many things that can divide us in this life. And that is why this theme is so important, as a reminder that we are called to be united. Us Christians, we are called to be united in Christ. It doesn't matter how we disagree. Some things are important, and you said that. Like, some things are important. We need to talk about the important things. But even then, like, we are still called to love and to respect those that we are just having conversations with. And it is like, that is so incredibly important. Learning to walk in love and grace and respect. And then especially for us Christians, we're held to a higher standard. We are held to a standard that we are to be united in Christ. And that is literally what this theme has been all about: one accord. I'm going to read it, Philippians 2:1-4. So if there is any encouragement in Christ, any comfort from love, any participation in the Spirit, any affection and sympathy, complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord and of one mind. Do nothing from selfish ambition. We don't like this part, but we got to listen to it. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. And that is what this theme is all about. And that is so incredible, Sunny, that God was speaking this to your heart even before SquadCon. Like, this was already a theme in your life. And I'm so glad to hear that. And I hope that it'll be a theme in all of our lives. I hope that all of us here, if it wasn't a theme already, that all of us are going to leave SquadCon with this as our main life theme. Because it's so important. We need to be united. Especially as Christians, it is so unbelievably important for us. And so it's good stuff, Sunny. It's good. It's good. And so, man, I am so thankful for this SquadCon, this theme, and we have truly just heard so many incredible testimonies. I appreciate, Sunny, you sharing your heart with all of us here. And if you guys appreciated getting to know Sunny a little bit more, can we put some hearts in the chat for Sunny, for her coming up here, sharing her heart with us? I have so appreciated it myself. And so thank you, Sunny. Thank you for, I know public speaking is not easy. I do not like public speaking. I have just gotten used to it by force. But it is hard. And so I appreciate you being willing to be vulnerable and to share your heart with the community so that we can not only get to know you more, but also be encouraged by you and what God is doing in and through your life. And so we love you, Sunny. Thank you so much for sharing your heart with us today.